Hello, my friends. Welcome back. We are on day 3. So how's it going so far? Are you loving these videos and are you really digging deep into what this business can be for you? It's been quite a challenge, actually, for me, to be honest, because it's really made me think about my business and my why. I'm kind of right along this journey with you of understanding what are the steps that I need to be taking in my business too. So it's exciting. Are you excited? Day 3, here we are. We're going to continue on our action plan. So make sure you still have your action plan sheet out in front of you. So the next thing we need to think about is, what are the next 12 months going to look like for your business? What are you going to commit to happen this year in your business? Not what do you think is going to happen, not what you want to happen. What are you going to commit to happen in your business? So you're going to break down your big goal, your big why, and you're going to be realistic about how the things that you do in the next 12 months are going to get you towards that goal. You have to be realistic about it. You can't say, if you are a new star consultant with maybe 4 team members and you might have a PRV of 1,000, maybe an unrealistic goal would be in 12 months to have a group of 300 and be a superstar director. It could happen, and I would so encourage it. But a realistic goal for you working towards your big why. So we need to break it down and look at what it's going to take. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to look completely different from what you have been doing. You might even think it looks like a job. Because realistically, this is a job. This is your business. You are a business owner, so this is your job. Many times you're going to ask, is what I'm doing really worth it? And if your why is big enough, we talked about this the other day, if your why is big enough to get you through those thoughts and through those times, those hard times, then the answer will always be yes. Yes, it's worth it. There's going to be some sacrifices that you're going to have to make. Sacrifices are not fun, because if you feel like you're sacrificing something, then it's something that is maybe an extra in your life or that you like to do. For me, things that I sacrifice or that I have sacrificed in my life, in my Scentsy business to get to where I am today, would be examples of not always being able to sit and binge watch Netflix. It's so dumb, but it's so true. What else could be a sacrifice? Not being able to go out with my friends because I have Scentsy parties or events on the weekends. There was a time when we had to sacrifice cable. We had to sacrifice all the extras of TV. Cable, Netflix, Hulu, like all those subscriptions. I literally had to go through all of our subscriptions and cancel them because those were extras that we wanted to take that money and put somewhere different. That was a sacrifice of our enjoyment. So you have to decide what sacrifices can go. And I truly believe that sacrifices lose value when you start working towards your goal and you see your goals start to happen. Yeah, it was a sacrifice to lose cable, and my husband would probably say it was a real big sacrifice for him to lose ESPN. But we were able to save, I remember, we saved like around $150 from getting rid of all subscriptions that we had at that time. And we were able to put that towards paying off debt. And so to really see that small sacrifice be made towards our bigger sacrifice, or towards our bigger goal, it was phenomenal. And I look back and I'm so thankful that we decided to make that sacrifice. It's going to mean less luxuries too. It might mean rewriting different aspects of your life, not being able to party as much or travel as much or save as much, or it might mean something different as far as having to ask your husband to help out more, or to have him help you, label things or drop off orders. It might take tweaking and pivoting what your life looks like to make certain sacrifices to help you work towards that big why. I remember when I started to get my friends to in the baby stage, and I just remember this one month being asked to watch their kids during the day, like repeatedly, like at least 5 times. I remember I was asked to watch. Will you just watch my kids this morning? We watch whatever. And I had to step back. And I love kids, but I had to step back and say, you know what? Not everybody's babysitter, because I work at home, and the time that I'm taking away from my business right now is not helping me reach my why. There's a good balance, but you have to make sure that you are setting those boundaries and making those sacrifices. Don't let anyone tell you that the sacrifices that you are making are wrong, because that's your choice. And those are the sacrifices that you've decided to make towards your goal. It's going to take time. Get obsessed with how excited you are that it's going to take time. I know that can be hard, but it's going to take time to reach your big why. And so this is where we are going to break it down into smaller goals, into a focus statement that can allow us to keep working towards our big why, because our big why is not going to happen overnight. But we can be setting goals that will work towards in the next 12 months to get us moving forward to the big why, right? All right, so on your action plan, there is a part for your focus statement. So your focus statement needs to be your goal for the next 12 months. What do you want to see happen in the next 12 months? And when you write your focus statement, make sure that you are writing SMART goals. We use the word SMART goals a lot. So S is specific. Get specific with this goal. Don't just say, I want to be making a $2,000 paycheck. That's all fine and dandy. But what does your goal look like for that? I would like to have a team of this. I would like to be able to recruit this. I would like to be able to sell this. And I would like my paycheck to reflect that with an amount of $2,000. That's so specific. Make sure it's measurable. M in the SMART, measurable. How will you achieve it? I will achieve this by doing this, this, and this. Make sure it is achievable. If you are not willing to put in the effort to make it work, it's not going to happen. It hasn't happened for you in the past. Maybe you've been working towards it, but it still hasn't happened. So make sure that you are willing to put in the work to make it happen. R is relevant. Make sure your goal is a stepping stone to your big why. And T is time. It's going to happen within the next 12 months. So that is your SMART goal. Set goals that you're going to personally accomplish and write that on your focus statement right there, okay? Then your action plan, the purple box below that, you're going to create a list of actions and steps that you're going to take to move yourself forward and closer to those goals. So what can you do? What are the steps that you can do to move you forward to your 12-month goal? And then give you some great examples there underneath. But I really want you to take to heart these steps. Because again, like I just said, if you're not willing to put in the effort to them, it's not going to happen. So make sure that you're willing to take these steps to get there. You're going to hear a lot of no's. You're going to have cancellations. Like, it's going to get to the point where you're going to say, is this all really worth it? And again, we have to think, yes, because your why is big enough for it to happen. Okay, now you should have your front completely filled out. If you need to pause the video right now and to reflect, maybe to rewatch from here, fill it out. Make sure that everything on this front is filled out. And if I could offer you a suggestion, please don't do the bare minimum. Please don't just write something to write something, because you're not taking it to heart and you're not really desiring to make that change and to believe that that's going to happen. So if you need to pause and you need to reflect, please do so. Because this is going to be the first step in you making those changes and seeing what changes need to be made in order for you to be moving forward. On the back, once you have that all filled out, on the back here, this is where you're going to create a couple lists. The first list I want you to create is a list of things that Scentsy has offered that could help you get closer to your goals. I'm sorry. It's right after lunch. They've created things like Scentsy Club. They've given you partnerships like Disney. They have given you fragrance across the board. So what are some products, some training, some products and programs and trainings? They've given you Scentsy Club. Oh my goodness, you guys, if we could just take a month and focus on Scentsy Club. Like, that is automatic PRV. And it's not just automatic, it's every month or every 3 months, however often they decide to do it. If we could just hone in on that for 1 month and just really focus on that, it'd be amazing. So make a list of all the programs, all the training programs that they have to offer you. The All Consultant Call. Our group has the All Consultant Call. The Facebook Scentsy Consultant page, what is on there for trainings? What is in the training center that Scentsy has to offer you? Make a list of the programs, products, and trainings that Scentsy has for you, that they've offered for you, that are going to help you reach that goal. You should be able to come up with at least 10. Look, I could probably think of 15 off of the top of my head. Then below that list, you're going to create a list of a couple strengths that you really think you have to offer in your business. You're really good at this. And write a couple of those down. Then decide to write a couple of things that you are weak in, that maybe are hard for you to do, or you don't do them so well. And I want you to write those down. But I don't want you to stop there, because I want you to write next to that, I want you to write an action that you could take to improve on that or to become better in that. After you've written that list, here's another list. You might need another piece of paper. Who knows? Create a list of personal obstacles that you might face in reaching your goal for the next 12 months. If you're saying that you want to take your PRV from 500 to 1,000, or 500, let's do 500 to 2,000. You want to become a 500 PRV leader to a 2,000 PRV leader. There's going to be some obstacles in the way. What are those obstacles? You might feel like you run out of customers. You might feel like you have offered every special. What are some obstacles that you're going to face? Write that down. Because when we are real with the reality of what could happen, the next step we're going to do is you're going to write down what you could do to overcome those obstacles. So you are setting yourself up for complete success in making this list, because you're taking the obstacle and you're saying, listen, I know that this can happen. It probably will. But when it does, I have already prepared myself for this. And I've prepared myself by saying, I'm going to do this when this does happen. You guys, this is not going to be something that you can write out just in 5 minutes. You might have to rewatch this video. You might have to stop it, pause it, rewind it. I don't know how many times I do that with videos and trainings that I'm watching. I'm taking notes and I got to catch up, or I got to write down, and I rewatch and rewind. Make sure that you are not doing the bare minimum, and make sure that you are putting the effort into this. The last list that I want you to create. This could probably be a very important list in your business. It's going to be your top 5. The top 5 people that you are spending the most time with in your life. Aside from your kids and aside from your husband. Maybe your husband makes the list. These are the top 5 most influential people in your life. And when you stop to think about those people, how are those people encouraging you and equipping you, growing you, challenging you towards your big why? If they're not, then you need to find 5 people that will. You need to find 5 people that you surround yourself with, that they know what your why is, and they are like, girl, I'm there for you. That's what this program is. This program is a tool to help you figure out what your why is, figure out where those people are, and how you can surround yourself with them. We had a speaker for Scentsy Family Reunion in Anaheim, I believe it was. And I can't even tell you his name. But he was so dead set on surrounding himself with the best 5 people that he could in life, because he knew that they would take him to places that nobody else could. And I remember one of them was like this, I think he was an author, and he did not even know him. But he kept buying his books and he kept writing him letters. He kept going to his trainings. You could almost say like he was his top fan. And I remember he finally met him, and the author embraced him and just surrounded him with supporting his why. And now they're like the best of friends. And this guy has now, like, he wasn't even an author. I think he was a lawyer. Or no. He was a motivational speaker. That's what it was. Because this is why he was a motivational speaker. And so he was a lawyer in his past whatever, and he had never been inspirational speaker or anything or whatever. And when he surrounded himself with this guy, now here he is on Scentsy Family Reunion stage talking to us. Like, you guys, those are the things that can happen. So simply amazing about when you surround, and the choices that you make and the people that you surround yourself with, they are the most influential people to your business. All right. How are you feeling? Are you feeling overwhelmed? It's been a lot, hasn't it? It's a lot for the first 3 days of this course. I hope you're still with us. It's gonna take time, you guys, and it's gonna take commitment. What I want you to do now is I want you to take a picture of your action plan, take a picture of yourself with the sheet, or just take a picture of this sheet if you don't have your makeup on or whatever. And I want you to post it on our Star Plus page under this video. And then I want you to get real and comment about your thoughts on the videos and about your thoughts so far on the trainings and on the program. Get real and deep with how you're feeling. Like, open yourself up to vulnerability through your post, and know that I'm reading every single one of them. Don't just do the bare minimum, because the bare minimum is probably what some of you have been doing. The bare minimum will not get you to that big why. So dig deep and take the time to really open up and be vulnerable on your post and your comment, and share what's on your heart and what you're excited, what you're scared about. I hope these videos have you excited. It's been heavy. It's a lot of stuff. Growth is heavy. This business can become really heavy because it's big. There's so much opportunity within Scentsy. There's so much opportunity in your business. And so growing it is going to be big, and it's going to be amazing. So I hope you're taking the time to take it seriously and really dig deep and understand where your heart is and where your desires are. If you need to rewatch the videos 20 times, that's what they're here for. To make sure that you're digging deep and really finding what drives your core. Because once you get a hold of that, then it's going to be an amazing ride. And it's going to work so much easier. And you're going to be able to hit that why so much faster. All right, my friends, make sure you've done all the action plan, filled out your lists on the back. Make sure you take a picture when you're finished and dig deep in your comment and really just make your post show us what this course has been to you so far. We'll see you tomorrow.